Janet, how long are you going to stay at home? I thought you were turning 39 years old next month. Yes, but what's going on? Listen, you're around 40. You're not married. You're not working. You're just staying at home. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Stop leeching off our parents. Huh? I'm leeching off our parents? Sis, are you sure you're not mistaken? How can I be mistaken? Even Dad says so. He said, I hope she doesn't stay at home forever. Did he really say that? Yes, he did. When I went home the other day, he was lamenting about it. He definitely wants you to leave. I'm sure you'd be in trouble if I stopped taking care of them. Huh? You're taking care of them? Give me a break. You don't even work and they support you. Am I going to be in trouble? If anything, I'm in trouble because you won't leave. Why are you in trouble? Because I can't live in our parents' house because you're staying there. What? Sis, do you want to go back to their house? Doesn't he want to live with his wife's parents? He'd rather live with them. It's better for the kids to have Grandma and Grandpa close by. Of course. So, Janet, if only you would leave there. We can live with them. I've never heard that you wanted to live with them. Because the house you're living in now, it's in a great location and it's newer. Didn't you say you like it? I do like it, but my current home is a rental and it costs a lot of money. It would be a waste to keep paying the rent. Huh? Sis, you told me not to live with them. You want to live there to save money? Shut up! Unlike you, I have 2 kids. I have to save a lot of money. Well, I understand that. Then I think it's even better not to live with them. From the looks of it, I don't think you understand the situation there at all. If you move in with them, you'll definitely regret it. Huh? There's no way I'll regret it. My dad has always loved me. He'll be happy when I come home, of course. Yes, Dad might be happy when you come back. But I'm saying you'll regret it. What? Why would I regret it? Tell me why. Well, Dad has asked me not to say anything about that. I want you to ask him directly. Voila! You're lying. I knew it. If you can't tell me, that means you're lying. I'm not lying. Then I'll ask my dad. If he wants to live with me or with you. If Dad chooses me, you'll have to get out of their house. Well, if he did that, that'd be fine. Yes, I'll hold you to that. I'll call Dad right away. I'll call you later.
Janet, I heard from Susan. We can't live at our parents' home because of you. I hate to say this, but I don't think it's a good idea for you to live with your elderly parents. I think it would be better for you to become independent.
Hello, Bob. I heard from my sister yesterday, too. Isn't there some misunderstanding?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm not leeching off our parents. I consider myself to be independent.
No. Staying at your parents without working at your age means you are not independent. It is not you who should live with your parents. It's us who have a family. Why don't you get married? Well, I know it's not easy for a recluse like you to find a partner. And to be honest, Susan is prettier than you.
You're really being so rude. I mean, don't most people want to live with their wives' parents? Please tell me why you want to live with her parents.
It's kind of complex. I would like you to stay out of it.
Then why don't you leave me alone? Besides, I'm saying this out of kindness. I know you don't know anything about the situation. If you live with my parents, you will surely regret it.
Regret? How can I regret it? Not having to pay rent would be awesome.
You're leeching off my parents too.
Huh? We're different from you, Janet. I'd feel terrible if you say we were the same as a recluse like you.
If you both insist that much, I'll get ready to leave home. Even if you cry and beg me after the fact, I won't help you.
Huh? We're going to cry and beg you? That won't happen. We won't help you if you cry.
Are you done? Is that all you wanted to say? I feel disgusted talking to you. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Please get ready to move out as soon as possible.
Janet, you told my husband you'd get ready to move out. It looks like you haven't left yet. Hurry up. We can't move in unless you leave. I said I'd get ready to move out, but I didn't say when. Have you talked to Dad? Yes. I asked him if he wants to live with us or with you. He said he wants to live with us. Well, that's what he said. I'm ready to leave any time. But you said you would check with him, so I waited. If you asked him about the situation, I thought you might say you don't want to live with them. Did you check out the situation? What? There's no way I would do that. It's obvious that you were bluffing. Well, I don't care if you regret it. Huh? You're not making any sense. How long are you going to stay there? A loner like you, get the hell out of there. Okay, I'll leave then. Huh? I told you I'm all set. I'm leaving right now. You're so understanding, aren't you? Then we'll move in tomorrow, too. That's fine, but you have to promise me one thing. Promise? What? That you won't live with them after all. Don't ask me for help. I will never help you. Huh? Give me a break. That's not going to happen. Okay, I promise you. I swear I'll never ask for your help. Well, good. Sis, you don't seem to know this, so I'll tell you this. Dad is addicted to gambling. They are in debt. I've been supporting my parents for a while now. But it seems they don't need me anymore, so you're going to have to support them from now on. Huh? Dad gambles? That can't be true for someone like him. You should lie a little better than that. Sis, you don't believe anything I say, do you? Of course I don't. Have you forgotten that they raised you? There are white lies and lies you can't tell. Can't you even understand that? You are no longer my sister. What? Are you going that far? Dad said he doesn't want to see you as his daughter. All he wants is me. That's enough for him. Dad said that. You know that he's always on my side, don't you? I feel sorry for you because he doesn't love you. Okay, I'll go on with my life from now on. I don't consider you guys family anymore, okay? Okay. You sound so arrogant. You've been a recluse your whole life. What can you do? All I want is their house. Where do you think you're going? Are you going to be homeless? Well, good luck with that. Bye. Janet, I'm sorry. Please, can you please help me? We found out Dad's dead and Mom left. My husband said this wasn't what he heard and he left me. I'm in a lot of trouble. Hey, Janet, are you listening? Who is this? Huh? Don't be silly. I'm your sister, Susan. I don't have a sister nor a father. Huh? What are you talking about? You lived with Dad a little while ago. Your sister is in trouble, so don't act like that. I told you, I don't have a sister. Come on. Now is not the time for such jokes. Joking? I'm not joking. You told me first that I wasn't your sister or anything. I cut you off then. I apologize for that. Please, stop talking like that. I just want you to hear me out. About what? What you said was true. Oh, about the gambling? That's right. I had no idea that my serious and kind father was addicted to gambling, and he is in so much debt. That's why I told you to check with him. You didn't check, and you didn't believe me. And now you're contacting me. What do you think you're doing? All I want to know is, if that's the case, how did you guys live? I asked him, but he wouldn't tell me. Even though Mom works part-time, she's too old to make enough money. They have to pay off the debt with their little pension, and I wonder where they get the money to support a recluse like you. Janet, do you know how they did it? I was paying for them. Huh? Yes. The mortgage on the house, the living expenses, Dad's debts. I was paying all of them. That can't be true. Janet, you've been a recluse all your life. Sis, I think you've been mistaken all along. I'm not a shut-in. Huh? I used to go to work, but Mom told me that Dad got addicted to gambling. He got into debt. It was the first time I'd ever seen her sobbing uncontrollably. So I decided to help her out. I switched to a work-from-home job. Luckily, I have good credential, and now that I'm starting my own business, I'm making more than double what I was making as a company employee. You? So you really were supporting Mom and Dad. Why didn't you tell me sooner? I told you before, didn't I? Dad didn't want me to tell you. He's too proud of himself. By the way, you said Bob left too, right? What do you mean? Are you divorced? Not divorced yet, but he got mad that it wasn't what he heard. If he is at my parents' place, we can survive without working for a while. He decided to move in with them because I told him that he could take time finding a job. He said he didn't know that Dad had debts. He left saying, I'm going to live with my parents. Don't you think it's too irresponsible for him to leave me and my kids behind? I don't even work. How am I supposed to survive? You and Bob, calling me a recluse leeching off Mom and Dad. But in fact, you guys were. That's really funny. I think you two are the worst kind of people, and I think you make a good match for each other. Why don't you two continue to get along? If you hate me, say what you want. I apologize for calling you a recluse leeching off Mom and Dad. I'm really sorry for calling you like that. What's wrong? You sound normal. I'm scared. Janet, please come back to their house. Huh? Of course I don't want to. I'm finally free. There's no way I'm going back now. Then why don't you send us some money? If you're making more than double, you can at least help me out a little. Don't be so naive. We had a deal, right? Didn't I tell you not to ask for my help? Then you said you'd promise, right, sis? Take responsibility for what you said. It's no use pretending you don't remember. I have your texts as evidence. Because at the time, I didn't know that Dad was in debt. No, I told you about the debt and the gambling. You can't just run away. Where do you live now, Janet? Tell me where you live. I'm going to see you. If I talk to you directly, I'm sure you'll want to help me. Because we're sisters. So we're not sisters anymore. Besides, I live on an island now. What? An island? I always wanted to live somewhere with lots of nature. So I decided to live on an island that I fell in love with after a trip there a few years ago. I work from home, so I can work from anywhere. Well, then it's not so easy to visit you. You don't have to come. I'm not even going to tell you where I live. Don't be so cold. Mom and my husband left me. Left me with a dad in debt and 2 kids, and I'm unemployed. How am I supposed to live? Don't worry, Mom is safe and sound. Janet, you know where Mother is? Tell me where she is. Of course I know. She lives with me. Huh? You and your mom? Mom couldn't forgive Dad because he was the one who got into debt and depended on me, and yet always badmouthed me. He kicked me out of the house. He even decided to live with your family on his own, and I think she lost his patience with him. When I told her that I was going to leave home and live on the island, she said, "That's nice. I want to live in the countryside too." I asked her if she wanted to live with me. She said, "If it's okay with you, then take me with you." So we decided to live together. I love you, her. From now on, I will consider her as my only family. You too, forget about me and your mother. Support your father. Oh no, I don't have a job. How am I supposed to support him and 2 kids? I'm sorry. Please help me too. You know, there are plenty of working mothers out there. Besides, you kicked me out of the home. Now you want me to help you when things go bad? If you think things go as you want, you are mistaken. I don't want you to bother me when I'm living peacefully on the island. I'm going to block you now. Wait a minute. Janet, don't give up on me. Janet? Janet, you have to help me. After that, I got a call from my father. He told me that he was sorry and that I should help him, but I told him, "My mom is the only family I have now, so forget about me." I also told him that I wanted him and Susan to help each other. He asked me to at least tell him where my mom was. Of course, I didn't tell him. I blocked him. My father and sister used to be very close, but now my aunt says they are always arguing and cursing each other. She was begged and asked to tell where my mother and I were, but she was always on my side. She told me with a laugh that she ignored it. I am enjoying my life in the countryside with my mother. Ever since she found out about my father's debt, she was looking so sad. I am relieved that she is finally smiling again. In fact, I have a boyfriend here on the island who I had a long-distance relationship with. He met my mother the other day, and we are planning to get married soon. I am so happy that he wants to live with my mother. From now on, I want the 3 of us to help each other and live together.